We are live from North Wilkesboro Speedway. I'm having to make sure that something else is muted because I'm having to be in a Zoom call at the same time, but luckily I have been able to separate the audio from my actual audio that I really need mainly, but these guys are getting through the end of their warm-up. So actually, sorry, and that was I had to be on that screen there, but I will pull up the qualifying results here over this. So first, Nathan Somerville; second, Skylar Berry; third, and Nate Cogdell; fourth, Billy Stallings; fifth, Tristan Stepson; sixth, Kevin Winker; seventh, Jordan Stensel; eighth, Joshua Moore; ninth, Jacob Bowen; 10th, Mason L. Ford; 11th, David Hall; 12th, Chris Zofield; 13th, Mike Sabanowski; 14th, Adam Waddle; and 15th, Dylan Smith. Calvin Dawes is 16th. I believe we will see race control in here to make sure that my mic is still muted. Yes, it is. I've actually switched it over to something else. So I know that it is not working, of course. Love how they throw us on my last second. But this is the last race of the season here, or for the regular season in the Twisted Chassis Truck Series. So when they go, when this race ends, they will go into their playoff run. This is a track that will be put back on the NASCAR schedule here, so that will be fun to see it back here whenever that may be. We will wait for these guys to grid, and then I will get into it. So I'll give them all a paint refresh to make sure that their stuff is showing up correctly. I don't want anybody's paint to not be showing up and be saying that it's something completely different that it isn't. I'm very glad that I managed to separate this audio. Just make sure really quick for y'all. Yes, it has managed to split correctly. So thank God I managed to figure that out. I had the plug in that was going to allow me to do that here. This is a short track, 150 laps. Kind of turns 3 and 4 are different than turns 1 and 2. So not the same track all throughout. That would be a kind of a challenge for these drivers tonight here for sure. But Skylar Berry, and that's kind of just news for me and him. Me and him both made the college NASCAR thing. I don't believe I'll be racing in it though because it was not the main event. So they will only do. They'll actually go green this time by. It's kind of a quick warm up. No, they'll go by one more time. Lights were off on the pace truck, so I thought that they were going to go green immediately, but evidently they were not. So ignore what I just said there. And I'll hit refresh one last time just to make sure it is showing up for some of them. Some of them I know that paints will not load correctly. So I just want to make sure every driver's paint scheme is showing what it should be for them for sure. Anything showing completely different on them. Somerville will lead him to green. Berry on the outside, the 00 Nate Cogdale. And that truck does not have a number on it. That is Billy Stallings to outside of him. Can somebody clinch their spot in the playoffs tonight? We are underway here from North Wilkesboro for the Twisted Chassis Truck Series. Berry trying to run that outside. Almost gets into the wall there. Looks like Winker's a little bit slow. Looks like the 51 got a little bit of a check up there, kind of slowed down the 85 Mason Ford, but everybody is able to make it through this lap without drilling each other in the back, because that's something common that we will see at tracks like this. Got to be very careful with what they do. Cogdale looks like he's still trying to secure that third position. He squeezes up right in front of Billy Stallings. Oh, look at Stepson trying to put down the power there. It's like rear end want to kick out. He's able to keep it under him though. People aren't really running the bottom. You don't want to really run that exact bottom. You kind of want to run that middle groove. That's what will tend to work for most of these drivers better than anything else. As Berry just put down the fastest lap of the race at 19:24. To 18 and the 69 of Billy Stallings still trying to fight. Billy doesn't have a number on his truck, so kind of confusing to look at that for sure. And it looks like he blew that corner. He's got some right front damage that he probably got in the wall when he missed the corner. And Dylan Smith looks like it says he's crashed. Looks like he probably just, well, actually rewind. I think he probably just got a little bit too much off of the corner. Yep, see right there, he's loose, just trying to drive it, locks it down, barely touches the wall. He won't be hurt in that level, but that will put him right barely in front of the leader, so it will be a spot of maybe going a lap down. You see Winker going around, but we have a caution on the track. Calvin Dials has spun it around, probably got too much power down like the 2 did earlier. We'll see if he does that exact same thing. Yep, there he goes, kicks it around. Power has no grip. He just slides to the grass, locks it down. That will bring out a caution. He does not hit anything, so lucky for him, he might have to burn a set of tires, though. You do not want to do that early on for sure. Do you think they may have to come down pit road here? I mean, I see some people doing it. Some people might not do it. Stepson, he comes down pit road, so that's surprising. He's the only guy that will come down pit road. He doesn't have any damage, but we're just gonna burn his sets. Hopefully it'll go green for him, so it'll work out. That will be something we will have to see. I don't know if it will or not. as Sean, it looks like you have now taken a fat L from me. So RIP, I'm looking at my fantasy league. Looks like, yeah, 18 is the only truck that will go into pit. They would bring drivers in for a interview, but of course, if I did that, I'd have to add a Discord input because y'all would be hearing this meeting that I'm having to sit through and listen to at the time, and honestly not even really paying attention to it. So, nice. Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna come down pit road. Not surprised that they didn't. Just, I think the 98, he might want to come down. I believe 98. Adam Waddle, but he has some front damage. That's not going to help him at all. I know that getting that right front damage, that will make your truck plow tight. So it will make him not turn very well. That's for sure. He might have to deal with that later on in the race. Hopefully, he doesn't have to deal with that. Become too big of an issue for him, but I do think that it probably will, sadly, on his end. That not getting very much. Pace truck pulls in. Somerville will leave the green. 60 Barry. Somerville gets a pretty good jump on Barry. Barry looks like he tried to kind of time it. Had to get out of the throttle there for just half a second. Didn't really work for him, but he gets out and away. Winker trying to run that outside. Oh, 85 almost makes, he looks like he might have made contact with the 83 Jordan Stencil. Almost sends him around, but luckily he does not go off the front of him. I thought he was going to do that for sure. Stepson, he did get fresh tires, so he has better tires than these guys. Maybe only a couple of laps better, but a couple of laps at short tracks will make a big difference. So you can put his truck where he couldn't. Looks like we have Dylan Smith around again. He locks it down. He keeps it going, though. No caution will come out in the track. He might have gotten punted here. Nope, he just got loose getting in. Brake bias too much to the rear, it seems, for him. Mason. Oh, we got a crash here. Mason L. Ford. So what happened with him? Looks like he's just... Oh, the 83's loose. Comes down in the 85. 85 smacks that wall. Bounces back up in the track. 98 just misses him. That's some heavy front end damage for the 85 and Mason Ford, though. That's not what we want to see for him at all. So, see, will anybody come down pit road this time? We saw some people did it. Some people didn't. Don't think that we'll see people come down pit road. Of course, they could make that choice. I could be completely wrong, and they will. Why is that off-center? It's very weird that it's not close. It used to be on the top, but evidently I'm probably just thinking of something that's not there. You want to make sure that this logo is rotating, though. Let me check that very quickly. Hitting this mic over here, so if you hear something, oh yeah, that is changing. I'm just keep on thinking that just keep thinking for some reason that it's not changing because it stays there forever. I forgot to have it set to stay up there for roughly 2 minutes. So, but Jordan Stencil, he did come down pit road. Doesn't look like he has any damage. He will just be taking tires, but you see that pace truck right there. He's going to get out. Anyway, it's one thing about North Wilkesboro. It's very short track, so you do not have time to be wasting on pit road at all, sadly, for some of these guys. You got to get in and out very, very quickly. Let me put this to 2, not 20. 2 there. Just making that a little bit louder because I know it's going to get kind of annoying to me. I have to fix that. Looks like they might finally be ending this meeting, so I will be able to go over to the actual desktop audio. I have no idea how this audio sounds that's being captured from iRacing. Completely different, but Skylar Berry's on the inside. Somerville took the outside. Somerville gets a good jump, though. Actually puts him in the dust. Surprised he was able to get a jump like that. You see Billy Stallings trying to get around the 18. 18 does have fresher tires than the guys up here. He was able to kind of chop through this pack here. Good move on these guys. 98 might have gotten back into the wall again. Keep on seeing that he has some right side damage, but keeps going away. Definitely got into it. You see Cogdale working on Stepson. Oh no! Looks like Cogdale is right there on Stepson. He gets to give him a little bit of a tap. Stepson, he will go around. I do not want to see that. How he got Billy's in the wall. Look, he pulls it right off of it. The one thing about getting in the wall and iRacing off the wall, just kind of grabs you and pulls you with it. Doesn't let you go for a while and wants to talk to you for a little bit. You don't want to talk to it. But that will happen every now and then. Nothing can be done about that most of the time. Two. He might. I thought his steering wheel was broken there for half a second. See, everybody's running a big train on the bottom now. Like Skylar, he's lost one position. He's not in a bad spot, though. He will be able to probably work up from this for him, however. We got, oh no, Somerville. Oh, looks like he's just going to loop it around. Not sure what happened to Somerville. He's going to drop all the way to the back, just spinning around. I think he just got too much out of the corner. That's actually going to bring in a caution now. Late caution was thrown on the track. See, yep, you see it right there. Just steps out from under him, just tries to drive it. Doesn't try to overcorrect. Still trying to just make small corrections. Just ends up looping around. Best thing that he could do was that. Then he waits for everybody to get past and just spins it around, gets back going on track. That was almost bad. I thought he was going to overcorrect into everybody, but he luckily did not do that. See, probably expect drivers to come down pit road. I don't think we'll have a lot of guys that stay out necessarily. Please end this. End this meeting here, so I can actually go over to the right audio, because I have no idea how this audio sounds on iRacing. Of course, I know it is picking up. I don't know how it sounds, but you have Billy Stallings comes down pit road, Joshua Moore, Calvin Dials, and Nathan Somerville. Knew the 14 would probably come down pit road. But while these guys are under caution here, I will take this time to run some ads. Hopefully this meeting will be done so I can actually start bringing in drivers for interviews. Looks like I'm finally able to use the audio that I actually need to now, so hopefully it will sound just a little bit better. I do not have to separate anymore, as I love how they scheduled that at the last moment, but it is what it is. Nothing I can do about that, but they will go green here very shortly. Winker will be on the outside. Barry on the bottom, 18 of Stepson, 52 of Jacob Bowen. 3 cautions so far, 28 laps in. Kind of expect at this track. We are back underway here, though. A little bit higher than what I thought it was. See, that's 21. I believe I saw 21. That's David Hall. Just running a different paint scheme tonight, so not something that I'm used to seeing. Have to get used to that. Some of these drivers, he's getting really far up the track. So we have Mike Sabanowski, who's crashed, and the 74 has gotten into it. That's Calvin Dials. Do not want to see that happen here, but some drivers getting incensed, and they have nowhere to go, sadly for them. But we will see what has brought out the caution. As looks like Sabanowski's got looks like it's Kyle Busch's motor there. Might have got punted by the 98 if I had to guess here. Actually, that is a net code and a half from him and the 98. Yeah, that is not good at all. And the 98 was nowhere close to touching Mike Sabanowski, but he goes around off the front bumper of him into the wall. And I do not think that Calvin Dials had really any. Yep, he had nowhere to go. Just right into him. We do not want to see that there. But Cogdell, Joshua Moore, and Adam Waddle came down pit road 98. Of course, he was the cause of that wreck. And I say cause as in he wasn't. He was nowhere near him, but that's just what happens every now and then. You can't always trust netcode to work for you, but can't do anything about that, sadly. As R.I.P. Sean. Again, you have lost to me in fantasy. I believe this track is so small with their caution laps, it'll be hard to interview people. So I'm trying to find a layout that will let me do it. I guess next caution I probably will, and that's one thing I really will, but I don't want to drag somebody in here and then have to let them go because it's just a short track and I can't really do interviews. So I don't have the time that I need for it. So I'm trying to plan that out. The lights are still on the pace track. I believe they'll go off this time by then, and we'll go green. The next around, they will stand one. Yep, they're on that. Oh, they go off. So yeah, they were going to go green this lap, and I was correct on that thought. So Winker on the outside, Stepson on the bottom, Skylar Berry on the bottom of the second row, Bowen on the top in the second row, 21 David Hall and Mason Ford make up row 3. Did have some drivers that came down pit road, which is lap 30, so they have about 30 lap fresh tires. Then some of these guys up here, some guys trying to save their tires and burn them at the end. Not a bad option for him. Pace truck will pull off here, and they will go green again here. Winker will be off of him. Yep, he gets a pretty good jump over Stepson. Stepson has 7 to lap better tires than Kevin Winker, but you can burn him off here very easily if you are not careful. So maybe that's what Kevin Winker is kind of hoping on here with it. Maybe Stepson's going to burn him off before he can really utilize him. It looks like Barry got loose, kind of just threw it in that corner. Made it stick, though. Trying to come up in front of Bowen. He doesn't want to come up in front of him and get punted, but he actually wasn't even clear there, so I see why he wasn't. See the 51 of Joshua Moore trying to work that bottom. So he clips the apron there, shoots him back up the track. Luckily, he's able to not have it wash up too much from him. I've saw that happen from some drivers. They just kind of keep on washing up the track once they hit the apron. Luckily, that didn't happen. See Michael Sabanowski back out on track. So was Calvin Dials. 1 lap down, though, sadly for him, and so is Adam Waddle. No, Adam not won that down. For some I thought he was. Winker's still able to hold his lead here. So, doing pretty well so far. Looks like Billy Stallings. That's Billy Stallings. He was on the wall there. Just barely scraping it, not too much. I think he might have some right side damage. I don't think it's too horrible for him, though. Yeah, he's definitely, he kind of beat that wall down. One thing in these trucks in the Xfinity, you get any amount of aero damage and your race is pretty much over, sadly for them, so that's not something that we want to see there at all. Hall's trying to work that bottom. It's not working too bad for him, not working for him, though. He's getting a really shallow exit, not able to put down the power. He's having to put a lot of wheel into it to get the turn, and that's just making his tires screech, and it's burn off that front end, really that right front, probably begging for mercy right now if I had to guess. If I were his tires or if his tires could talk. As he got a caution on the track, Jordan Stencil's crashed. See what happened here. Gets in the corner, maybe, yep. Oh, he actually happened in front of him. The 52 gets punted by Mason Ford. 83 has nowhere to go, so we will rewind that and look at what happened to Mason here. Looks like, no, sorry, not Mason. Looks like Jacob Bowen. Looks like he probably got moved by Mason L. Ford. Yep, 85 just in there. Taps the 52. Sends the 52 around. He actually looks like he got lucky with that damage that he got from Jordan Stencil. Kind of hit him in the side, it seems. So it might not be too much damage, if any. Hopefully he doesn't break his steering. Because if it breaks his steering, then his race will be over before it even started. What did I just say here? Guys, we got Scarberry, Billy Stallings, Jordan Stencil, Jacob Bowen, and Dylan Smith down pit road. The 83 did get damage from that, so he'll probably take any optional. It looks like his damage really isn't as bad as what it should have been from that wreck, so luckily he will not have to really burn much to help him there. But I think that he will maybe be hindered just a little bit, not a lot, as you really can't get much optional damage fixed here, because that Pace truck will be coming right around the corner for them. As I want to do interviews, but the track is just so small, I don't think I can really get what I need to if I were to talk to these guys. That's why I'm kind of waiting. I have to wait till after the race because it's just so short of a time. What is restreams? I never heard of that. As this dude, I know who this man is, kind of a competitor. Looking at some other broadcasts where I'm looking at the Sim Racing channel, which I'm a part of, so some of these races do go on it. Some of them don't. I think that they're worthy of it. I know there's two that have to go on, some don't have to. I think there's pretty good moments in it, or it'll be interesting for television. I put it on there, but not all the time. As my bag is done. Looking at the stream from my tablet, it always looks so different than what it actually is. I don't know if it's just this tablet or something else, but it always looks like it's just kind of darker in color. It doesn't really have much color with it. That being said, this is not a terrible tablet either, but it's not as good as my phone or my desktop. And the sound, always have noticed the sound is completely different too whenever I listen to something else, so I don't really have to worry about it here. This is it really isn't a good judge to see if the sound is set correctly. It'll be Stepson, or it'll be Winker, Stepson, Somerville, and the 21 of David Hall. Car that has the freshest tires up here. Looks like it will be Somerville, Cogdale. Somerville 25, Nick Cogdale, lap 30 tires. So they will have a little bit fresh on these guys, but Winker was able to hold Stepson off surprisingly, but Winker gets a pretty good start. Out and away again. Trying to get as far away as he can on these restarts. Doesn't want to have these guys behind him. He wants to put as many trucks as he can, if can, as possible between him and the guy behind him. They're making it through back here around Bowen. Sabanowski's up in that high line. Really can't get down to where he needs to. He's going to have to let people by. He does that. See Billy Stallings looking into the inside of Chris Zofield. Maybe a little bit blocking there. More through a block and kind of bury there, unless he got a little bit loose off the corner. I think he threw a block though. Doesn't want to give up that bottom. Of course, Barry's gonna be coming through with a lot fresher tires than Moore. Just not 10 lap fresher tires. There's a difference though, so I think Barry will eventually get somebody to lock him up. I think that was Somerville. Just overshot that corner. Got in way too deep. Had to lock him up from hitting the wall. Now, one thing that drivers can adjust during the race is their brake bias. That will send the brakes to the front or the rear, just make them a little bit more aggressive. See Barry looking to the inside of the 51 still. Doesn't need to burn up his tires. Very careful about doing that. But I think Winker's kind of a little bit under attack here from Stepson. Stepson keeps getting close, but he can't get the power down. As you see Somerville wiggling around. Got all kinds of loose coming out of that corner. Winker's running up that track a little bit. That is allowing Stetson to get a little bit closer, but running this high line is not allowing Stetson to put down the power. He's having to have a lot of wheel into it. If you put down the power, at that point you will get really, really loose. He will actually get the pat. No, Winker's going to fight back on that outside. He's not going to get that spot up easily. But Winker keeps running a little bit wider than he probably should, but he's hanging tough. You see this is going to draw Cogdell into picture now as David Hall just went off the track. So he's going to stay green here, but it looks like Winker's finally going to have to give up that position to Stetson, so he'll probably start free falling here very, very quickly as David Hall, he's back going. As this news related to this track is being brought back on the NASCAR schedule for the All-Star race next season, so that'll be fun to see it there. This isn't very far from me either, so it's kind of cool to know that. I might go to it, I might not. Actually, kind of drive by to the place that I go. But we will go on board with do this in some early and kind of implementing this all around as Cogdell trying to get around Bowen. Cogdell might be starting to free fall here just a little bit. Sure what happened to him. He was kind of up there. Looks like he probably got, if you do overshoot a corner, they will just run right by, and that's what happens. But Somerville, we saw him get loose out of 3 and 4. He's kind of rebounded as I was talking about that. He gets loose again under Winker. Somerville's going to have to be kind of blocking a little bit now. Driving a little bit defensive and offensive at the same time. Cogdell still trying to get under Jacob Bowen and pass him. Bowen's going to be a tough task for him, though. Not really let him get clear. Running that middle lane, Cogdell's really having to put some wheel into it, and he just cannot put down the power. He's being really pinched on exit because of that. We have a driver that is one lap down. That is Adam Waddles of caution word coming out. He'd be lucky dog, of course. We do not want to see that. Winker kind of fended off. Got Stepson loose on him. He knows that he needs to run that middle lane. He really can't do anything from that point there. Maybe 14 might have gotten moved there from Bowman. Seen his rear end move around. Maybe just got a little bit loose coming out of the corner. That's a possibility. We've already saw it happen multiple times here. Drivers definitely going at it, but we will go on board. Oh, Bowen got in there really deep. Kind of say I want to go on board with somebody. He gets really deep in the corner, gets extremely loose. I'm surprised they haven't wiped each other out doing this. I don't even want to say that because I'll curse them. It's like every time a broadcaster looks like, yep, saw Nate Cogdell clip the apron there. That almost sent him around. They're going, oh, they thought about 3 wide. They thought about it. Decided against it there. Stetson continues to lead. You see Jacob Owen kind of coming. He's getting really loose. This is not going to be good. This is going to heat up those rear tires. Make him even slippier than what they are. It's not good. Be a little bit gentle on the throttle. Somerville's looking to put him 3 wide. Oh, he keeps thinking about it. You can see him thinking. He's like, do I do it? Do I do it? Do I do it? Do I do it? Nah, let's not do it yet. Winkers, I'm surprised he's been putting up this part of a fight with these guys up here. He has the oldest tires, or one of the oldest tires on the track. Zofield hasn't pitted, but Winker's third, and he has not pitted once in this race. He's definitely got some sets of tires to burn if it does come down like that in the race. They've got a pretty, I'm not going to say that because then they will do something as soon as that comes out of my mouth, so I will hold that. Just as I was about to say it, there's now a caution on the track. Dylan Smith has crashed. Self-spin, it seems, here for him. Oh, yep, just got loose coming out of 3 and 4. It locks it down, barely taps the wall. I'm not sure why that would be a caution, though, but yeah, I'm not sure why that would be a caution. Oh, this is not good at all. He actually comes back up into the racing surface, so now I see why they did throw it. He would have came back up anymore. He would have came right into the path of these guys, but these guys will come down pit road. All of them will, of course. So this has kind of paid out for Winker. He stayed out for a very, very long time. As Zofield is not going to come down pit road. That's an interesting move from him. I thought that he would come down. I thought he would come down pit road, but he's evidently not going to. Yeah, these guys. Some of them are going to stay on pit road a little bit longer, of course, to fix some damage as Zofield's out. And I'm not sure why he waited to come down pit road. That's kind of odd. But okay. Nothing that can be done about that. As I'm looking at the Discord for this team that I'm on, I need to put their logo. It's Team Watson Racing, who I've partnered with, and I've raced with them for nearly about 4 or 5 months now. I've been on their team for their NASCAR. Absolutely amazing setups too. They have a code for iRacing setups. They're amazing. It's WATSPIN 39. That will get you, I think, like 5% off. But they are pretty cheap too. But their sets are absolutely like rockets. Kenny is always working on the sets. The builder, I talk to him every now and then. He is, man, that's dedicated to it. He really wants those sets to work. And tell you what, he gets those things working. It's scary how good the sets are when he makes them. I think he's only really missed one track. He struggled with Pocono. I do know that, but he just really couldn't hit it on the head. But it hurt him. Has just got a guy that's mad at me for the fantasy. As, yeah, RIP, my man. You are not winning this battle. Your win probability is 1, so nothing can be done about your position there. So take the L, Sean, if you are watching this. He'll be going green here, though. 18 of Stepson, 14 of Somerville, the 52 of Bone, the 42 of Winker. Winker, that gamble paid out for him. He stayed out on tires. It didn't come down pit road forever. They are a little bit past. They're getting close to halfway. They've not been racing for very long, so this lap's been taken off. They've been running about 20-second laps, so that's why. A little bit slower than Bristol, but pace truck pulls off. And we are back underway. Looks like Stetson waited, kind of caught Somerville slacking there a little bit. Got some drivers. Where are these guys at? That is the 74. I believe he did get a waiver. No, did he get a waiver? I think he might have. He's acting. We'll have to catch up to these guys. You see Winker on the bottom. Cogdale. Todd looks like 68. Barry kind of threw that thing up there. Not kind of surprised that he made that aggressive of a move to get up to the top lane. I think that driver's here would be wanting to wrap the bottom, but they really aren't. You're kind of getting a diamond corner out of the race. But it's working for him. Stepson's getting caught by Somerville. Somerville here just a little bit. Somerville trying the fastest lap in 19:17. So he's coming for Stepson. You can see Stepson. He's looking in his mirror. He's like, oh gosh, he's right there. I know he sees him in his mirror. He's like, please do not hit me. Please do not hit me. Please do not hit me. He's praying he doesn't get a shot in the back here. As we got Sabanowski gets loose coming out of 3 and 4, hits the wall. Keeps it going. Do not believe that will bring out a caution here. I think he just got too loose. Tried to put down too much power. That's kind of becoming a common theme here at this racetrack. Short track racing drivers are antsy to get back to the throttle, and it's kind of biting some of them. But it's just something that will happen as we got Billy Stallings around. Looks like anything happened to him here. I looked away for half a second. As that will now bring out yet. Oh, actually, looks like he. I don't want to say anything too soon. Oh, he's already loose. Yeah, and then 21 comes down in the path of 21. That sends him into the inside barrier. Doesn't hit it too hard, though. So nothing that the 21 could have done. He was already loose in front of him. That is the 7th caution tonight. Kind of expected with these short track races. Everybody's kind of jostling for position, so can't really be mad at anybody for this. Kind of expected it. I need to get other logos, I'll tell you all that much. These generic logos are getting very, very annoying, but I'm going to have to find something. As David Hall, he came down pit road. Looks like he probably fixed his damage, got tires, or fixed any damage that he could before he went a lap down. This track is horrible for pitting because it's just so short. If caution were to come out when you were down pit road, you're going multiple laps down, that's for sure. I will take this time while these guys are under cautions. I'm not going to risk doing driver interviews, but I will roll these ads here that I need to roll. Don't want to be trying to roll too many ads and have you all miss any action, as these races are not evidently doing good. Kind of saw my numbers slow down here a little bit for sure in my views, but that is to be expected. Kind of because I'm drawing from the same crowd most of the time now. It's not anyone. As Salmanowski in and off pit road, I believe he will be. He'll be one lap down. Looks like he tried to fix as much damage as he can. Did not want to go another lap down, but they will be going green. The next time by, lights are still on the pace truck here. So a lot of self-spins. Drivers really haven't been punting each other like I thought that they would. That is a good thing. Do not want to see drivers wrecking each other for position, even though it is evidently on accident. Nobody's doing it on purpose. Just something that will happen. Lights are off on the pace truck now, so he will pull in when he gets to 3 and 4, but it'll be the 18 of Tristan Steps and the 14 Somerville on the bottom. 15 of Bowen behind Somerville. The 00 of Nate Cogdell Pine Steps in there in 4th position. Winker, Skylar Berry, Mason L4, Joshua Moore, Jordan Stencil, Chris Sofield, Billy Stallings, Adam Waddle, Salmanowski, David Hall, and Dylan Smith. Don't know how I named all his drivers there. We're still in the race. 14's going to try to time it here. He doesn't get a bad start, surprisingly. Looks like, oh, he might have to lift here a little bit. He's actually going to try to kind of race. Oh, he gets right to his quarter panel. I thought he'd give him a little bit of a bump, but Cogdell, oh, he can't get his nose in there. Looks like Somerville's going to maybe get the position here. If Somerville can put down the power, he can get clear of Cogdell. He will. So that was, I didn't know if he was going to get clear of him, but he evidently was able to make it work for him. He definitely did cut that a little bit closer than I thought that he would. I'll do this now that I have a chance to, since this track is so short. They have 15 drivers in here, so actually 16. So we will choose 5 drivers, and I will go on board with them for 3 laps. Of course, they're going to be random draw. I'm just going to kind of look away and just select someone random. We'll go cockpit for 3 laps with them. So let me get that set up here for these guys. So go to a cockpit view, and I will just randomly select a driver. as we have a caution on the track. We were doing on board with those drivers. We'll see what happened here. Looks like Calvin Dials, it says, has had a little bit of an incident here. So we'll see. Looks like he's got too much power coming out of the corner like we've seen all night. Yep, there it goes. Kicks. Oh, he overcorrects that hard into the wall. He saw it bite, and he really turned that wheel, and that thing snapped on him. I believe this will maybe trigger pit stops here. Yes. Oh, Somerville cutting that close. Winker gambling again. So is Mason L. Ford. As Herbert, you better play next week. I'm going to be extremely mad. But prayers up to the Bills player. He had to be carted off the field in an ambulance. I'm a Steelers fan, so seeing that is not a good thing, as Ryan Shazier got paralyzed because he wouldn't keep his head up. And was a very good middle linebacker. He was having a really good year that year, and that hurt. That hurt a lot, seeing him having to go home and temporarily losing his movement in his lower body. He has it back now, but he will never be the same after that, sadly. I do not want to wish that on anybody at all. Who do I play next week? I need to see who play. I'm just looking at some fantasy stuff. I've never played fantasy football, but I picked players I knew would compete week in and week out. Calvin Dials is still down pit road. Winker did this earlier. I think it may pay out for him again. He's got, well, I don't know. He's got 5 trucks, 5 or 4. 4 trucks behind, or 4 trucks around him, him included, that didn't come down pit roads, but he kind of made it life tough for these guys that came down and got tires. He didn't really give up his position. He was making it difficult for him, so I think that he'll probably do that again. I just don't think that he'll make it easy. I don't think he'll make it easy for him. He'll really fight for that position. Gosh, I did play his players. As time, you should have played. I think you didn't play anybody. So Sean, if you're watching this, go ahead and take your loss. Again, I've said that about 3 times here. Again, I'm sorry. I don't know how the audio sounded early on. I had to kind of separate it because I was in a Zoom meeting, so I don't know how it sounded. I think it probably sounded pretty normal, though, luckily for it. Of course, that being said, I could be completely wrong, as I want to see how these Browns came back and beat. Oh, actually, it's not even a video. Don't know how they did it, but they did it. The Jets came back and beat the Browns. It's up our division. That's all I care about. Watching Pittsburgh's offense kills me. Watching that team makes me wonder how much I'm going to age in a matter of about 3 hours. It's so stressful watching them. How was Kevin Winker a B license with a 2000 I rating? But anyway, pace truck pulls off here. We'll be back underway at North Wilkesboro. Winker gets a good jump. Mason L. Ford really does. You see some drivers kind of already throwing blocks. Stepson wants to get positions as he has fresh tires. He will have an advantage on these guys. He's took him 3 wide there. Can't clear the 83 though. Being pinched on the bottom will not allow him to put down the power, as we got somebody around. That's the 83 of Jordan Stencil. Spins. Oh, the 2 gets caught in it. That is not good for either of those drivers there. I think he might have gotten punted. Oh, I don't know if that might have been netcode there. I don't think Somerville was close enough to him. Have to go from a rear chase. I don't think he touched him. I think it was more netcode, but he was definitely close enough to cause it. So it goes off the front end of Somerville, and then I know the 2 of Dylan Smith absolutely drills him. He doesn't drill him, but he just clips his rear quarter panel, and that sends him into the wall. Mason Ford came down pit road. Yeah, Dylan Smith, he's got no motor, so it is gone for him. Sadly, you do not want to see that happen, but it happened. So I wish there was a way that you can have people just kind of forfeit every now and then, if I'm being honest with you. But, of course, I'll have to just kind of put up with them. As Cam Akers, I don't know why I drafted him. Thank gosh I have James Robinson, who actually wants to run the football. Yeah, nice. not going to be doing driver interviews this race because I just don't feel comfortable with having to, just knowing how small this track is, and these laps are going to wind down incredibly quickly. As what in the world? I do not know what I have just saw, but all right. I want to go bleach my eyes because of that. Now, this is helping Winker, though. I don't think he can... I don't know. The way he ran earlier, I think he might be able to hold these guys off as... Why is that dropping frames? Looks like it's just the connection not being able to hold up on it. But lights are still on the pace truck, so at least one more time around. I think it'll probably be about 2 more laps before we get a green here. Looking how everybody is lined up. See what lane Winker takes. He'll probably take the bottom if I had to guess. I don't think he'll take anywhere else on the track. Okay. I think he'll go. No, lights are still, the lights are off, so they may have switched to, no, they didn't switch to single file. Thought they did for a minute. Took them a little bit, but they got that sorted out there. As I didn't give him that grade. I have a 92 still, but I don't care. C's get degrees. I don't have a C in any class right now, luckily, because I'm a good student. Yay. I have a 95 actually in my class. That is pretty good. But they're going to be going back racing here. Winker on the outside, Steps on the bottom. Stepson did pit. He has 30 lap fresher tires, but Winker made it difficult for Stepson earlier. Hopefully he can do that again. He's going to be trying to do that for sure. Rolls that middle lane as good as he can. Stepson gets right up to the bumper of him, though. Stepson, oh, he got in there really deep, trying to take the lead, wash up the track a little bit. Now Skylar Berry's is kind of like, where do I go now? Do I go high, low, mid, up in the wall? He's just kind of running this line right now. He's not, oh, you can see him really diming that corner off. See, kind of get that dive down to the bottom, being able to really put down the power, but Winker is going to make life difficult for Stepson here. Running this middle lane will not allow the 18 to put down the power fully, but looks like he finally, oh, he's not quite clear yet, but he will be clear now, so there's nothing that he can do about that. So the 2, looks like he about gets run up on by the 22 of Mike Sabanowski. As the 74 is around, I think he might have gotten punted. The way his truck is parked here, yep, it looks like he did. He actually just looped it himself, it seems. Nope, he got hit by the 98. 98, oh gosh, he sails in there, hits the 74, 98 keeps it going. 74 up in the middle of the track, and it looks like he reverses, gets out of the way of those guys. I think he knows that he doesn't really want to be there, so he gets out of the way and then spins it back around and gets going. But he's got these guys all behind him now. He'll be coming forward. We got 3 wide now. Bowen on the bottom, Barry in the middle, Winker on the top. They kind of go 3 wide for a brief second. Bail out of it. They decide this is not the best course of action. Don't blame them for doing that. I wouldn't want to be doing that either. It'd be very, very nerve-wracking if I was him. We got drivers kind of bundled up. We got Mason L. Ford is off track. I believe that was the cause of the caution here. Yep, I believe it is. Oh, the 51 more got loose down into Mason Ford. Mason gets it back rolling. Doesn't look like he gets really any damage from that, but that does bring out a caution. So I believe Winker will probably come down pit road and get fresh tires and be up on these guys for that. Hey, y'all, what I love fiber optic internet. We've waited forever to get that. Finally got it. Yep. Winker does exactly what I thought he would. Cogdale comes down pit road. Moore, Jordan Stencil, Sabanowski. Kind of, oh, that's my. Some of these guys I'm surprised came down pit road. Some of them aren't, of course. Now, might be better to be up front. You can kind of avoid all that's going on back there, but that's a choice that these guys made. Voice is cracked there. Nice. 19 years old, you still got a voice that's cracking. It's kind of weird to think. I mean, it's kind of a It's kind of something to fill the space. Y'all ever wonder like how old you are? Like think about when you were a kid. Does that ever like hit any of you? And, like you are this old now? Like seriously, like if you sit there and think about that, you're like, wait, what? What is he saying? Like, I need to make a stream that's just like about philosophy because you all be sitting there. What is this kid talking about? I don't know. It's always fascinated me. Like, what? It's just weird. I don't know why. Checking the fluid levels. You never hear somebody say, "Let me check the fluid levels on my computer." Because I went full custom loop water cooling. Let me check my air temp. As this thing stays incredibly cool now because it's water cooling. I got fed up one night. Spent nearly $600 on a custom water cooling loop kit. Had that come in, messed up my thermal pads. Yeah, that was good job by me. Had to wait, couldn't stream for about a couple of days. Luckily, Daddy Bezos came in clutch and got my thermal pad to me, fixed that, and I've been able to stream since then. As when did we get 17 people in here? But again, if y'all are new to Ghost Race Network, if you don't mind throwing a subscription in, we just got above 200. All the growth is done by you guys. I just provide content. I hope you all like it. Of course, I'm a one-man crew that does this, so I have to do all the work. So it definitely brings joy to me. So when I see our count go up or views go up or something related to that, they will be getting the green this time by. As there we go. Looks like my man just scored me another fantasy point. Sean, you are getting absolutely destroyed. Oh, yeah. Bye-bye. That's a W for me. I actually need to see what were the matches that went down this week. Green flag goes in the air. Stepson gets a pretty good jump. Ford looking to the inside. He got fresh tires. See where Winker is. Winker is currently. Oh, he gets. Oh gosh, that must have been bad there. They're gonna make contact. They sort that out though. Winker, he'll be coming through like a man on a mission with these tires. He knows he has better tires than these guys, so he'll be able to chop through them relatively quickly here. Oh, 68 of Barry punts the 14 of Somerville. Somerville does some dirt track action here. This is not dirt, but he makes it work. I think just braking zones are different for these guys. I know Barry probably did not mean to do that. But Somerville able to hold on to it. He was completely sideways. That's going to heat up his tires, though, and he does not want to see that for sure. As we got the 2 and the 85 hard into the wall. The 2, I don't know who to call that on right here, because you see, let's do it slow motion. 85 coming up the track like you normally would on exit. Then 2 kind of stops coming down. And the 2, I mean, he had about, how many trucks did he have? You could probably fit, I mean, you could fit a truck and a half. So I don't know who that, if I was race control, I don't know if you call that on anybody there. If anything, that's more of the 2 than Mason Ford. That was a tough call, but nope, fakes him out. But Barry, I think he tried to bail out there. Didn't want to come down, but this kind of works out for Kevin Winker. As this is, oh my gosh, some of these games are extremely close. So how do you get 10 points from a kicker? What? Oh my gosh, 25 points from Tampa Bay. As looking at my dad, he just destroyed the dude that he had to go against, as I destroyed the dude that I had to play in week 1. So like father like son, I guess, maybe like son like father. He's following in my footsteps in that. I want to see who I play next week. I don't even know who this is. Oh my gosh, I'm going to absolutely destroy you, whoever this is. Yeah, rip you, man. I'm going to say rip you. Watch me get beat because of that. I guarantee if I get beat from that, I'm gonna be so mad. I probably will, knowing how my luck is. But I know I've got my win secured for this week. I don't have to worry about it. I want to see, when do I face my dad? I'm trying to go through all the weeks here. I want to see when I face him. Oh, week 5 is when me and him have a showdown. Oh gosh, this is gonna get oh, this is gonna get interesting between me and him. But some drivers did come down pit road. Looks like we had the last truck that came down. Pit road was Jordan No, not. Sorry, correct. Wrong. So these guys that are back here, of course, they came down. This has kind of worked out to Kevin Winker's advantage, though. He wants to see these caution laps somewhat doesn't at the same time. You don't want to see them all the time, but every now and then. It's not too terrible, but that will happen. Guys, how bad did I beat the guy? Forgot. I beat the guy that faced week 1. I actually wait to tell you that how bad I beat him, but that was I think I might be charged with a crime because of how bad I beat him. Because holy crap, that was embarrassing. He's 0-1. 1-0. Oh my gosh, Speedy Turtle. Pace truck pulls off here. We'll be back underway here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Lap 124 of 150. Green flag is in the air again. Winker has the freshest tires of these guys up here, so he'll be trying to make some moves here for sure. I don't expect him to not be trying to make some moves. We'll go cockpit view. So he's just really rolling that bottom, surprisingly very well. Being pretty, I'm not going to say that because he'll spin it out here. Y'all know what I mean? Doing pretty good so far. Really wrap that bottom. Can't really get the turn that he needs to quite just yet. He looks like you don't want that guy outside of you. You can see that run that he just, Joshua Moore gets. Just Joshua's, oh, he's loose now. Oh, he goes through the grass. I think he might have gotten punted there because his truck got incredibly loose. We will go back and look. Oh, yep. There's a culprit right there. Looks like Nate Cogdale got into the back of him. Yep, he just, Cogdale didn't hit him very hard, if any. Says Kevin Winker has crashed, but of course he has. Oh, he actually did crash after that. So his night goes from good to bad in the snap, or in the matter of about 5 seconds there. Tries to come back up track. Net codes the 85 hard into the wall, back into the path of the 2. So Winker, he'll have to use a fast pair. I don't think he's used one this entire race. That is not what he wanted to see at all. I know the 18 wants to see these laps wind down. However, he's like, yes, keep winding down, please. He'll be happy to see that for sure. This has not gone very well for you, my man. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, Winker, I think he has a fast pair. We'll see if he uses it right here. Oh, he doesn't have a faster pair. I keep on forgetting if some of these guys have fast pairs or don't. Now, he did hit that wall pretty hard, though, so I think his night might be able to. I want to go on board with him just to listen to his engine, see how it's... It looks like he's idling normal, so how does he not have more damage than that? What? I mean, you saw him pound the wall, but he's... That truck, it looks like it's built by Chevy. Things must be durable now. Reinforced steel with titanium rods in the middle. Holy crap, the thing is beat up. I'm surprised that thing is... It comes back down pit road, so... Maybe he just want... I don't know why he do this. I'm confused right here what he's doing. Luckily, these guys can go through each other on pit road, but... Yep, he did. I knew he had a faster pair. I don't know why he didn't use that earlier. That's gonna... What? Why would you wait to use that? Even Winker's got me bamboozled. You've fallen into my chasm of traps. You've been bamboozled is what he just did to me. I was really confused on why he didn't use his faster pair earlier, but he waited to do that. As this is... Oh. That's weird. Huh? What? That is... Okay, yeah. I don't understand what goes through some people's heads every now and then. I'm like, what are you doing with your life? But, okay. Stepson will lead him to green here. Pace truck has the lights off, so they will go green this time by. Now, Winker, gosh, he's got 20 laps to do. I don't think he can come through this field. Kind of am pulling for him. See, Billy Stallings made his way back up here, so has David Hall. It looks like I've got some FPS issues, but I don't think you all will notice it because of how high I've set this bit rate. It's forced to stream at 60 FPS. Green flag goes back in the air. Stepson gets a pretty good jump on the field. See, drivers going side by side on the restart. I've noticed Billy keeps on clipping that inside. You see, maybe he might do it here again. He doesn't do it this time by, but he has been getting really low in the aprons. You got Jacob Bone around in the front of the pack. Nobody hits him, it seems. Everybody scatters. I'll bring out another caution here. David Hall just slight tap in the rear end. Luckily, he does not get hit by anyone else. Oh, it looks like 74 might have got a small piece of him there, sadly. That brings out another caution. I know that 18 wants to see this. Other guys do not want to see it, however. But 13th caution here tonight. Cautions at short tracks. Just something that it's just going to happen with this type of racing. There's nothing that can be done about it, really, sadly for them. What was I going to look up? That's what I was going to look up. Wait, was that what I was going to do? I don't even know what I was going to do. I was going to do something. That is, oh Lord. Alright, head. This thing's not working very well. This is what I was looking for. There it goes. Never mind. You do not have what I need. Holy crap. Actually, I'm kind of debating this now. He did pop off. Jesus Christ, he did. I hate that, but he did. Can't deny that. But while these guys are under caution, we'll roll some ads here. Lights are off on the pace truck here. We'll pull in and it will go back green here at North Wilkesboro Speedway, located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They do renovations for the track before they get the all-star race, but pace truck pulls off. 13 laps to go in the race. Stepson will lead him to green here. Billy Stallings on the inside. Billy, he's been a contender this season so far. He's kind of worked his way up here as he doesn't have a number on the side of his truck. It's kind of maybe a mistake by him, but no number or not. As Winker has crashed, it seems. As he looks like he probably got punted. The way he's sitting, oh, hopefully he can beat that pace truck, though he did get rolling, so I think he will probably get to go back by it. Yes, he will. We will see how he got sent around here. And 12 just slight taps, more net code than anything, and that just puts Winker into all. Winker had a promising night, and it's kind of fallen apart for him very quickly here, sadly. Not what you want to see, but it has. But it's one thing about these tracks. You can be happy for about an hour, and then just like a flick of the switch, you will be angry. As RIP. What, there are some people that I don't understand. I really don't understand what goes through their head half the time, but whatever. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. As yeah, how does that feel, bud? There are some people that make me so angry in life, but it just happens. It's gonna happen. I let God handle it. As how has he managed to move that? Looking over at my aquarium, I have a flower horn in here. He's about $100 from Washington. He's probably about 3 years old now. He always manages to move stuff. I don't understand how he does it. He's a hybrid from a blood parrot and something else. Very pretty. I need to get him a bigger tank, but I can't put it in my room. He will be moving stuff around in the middle of the night while I'm streaming. He'll take the planted pots that I put in there, and he'll move them around. You can literally hear it scraping across the bottom, but he does that all the time when he's bored. Wish I could give him a tank mate, but I can't. I don't think I can. If I do, it will have to be somebody bigger than him. But there's nothing I can really do. He lives 11 to 12 years, so I'm going to have him for a while. I did get nervous when he'll lose color every now and then, but it didn't really affect him too much. I think he just got a little bit angry. He does that when I need to change his water. So I did that. He went back to completely normal. Yeah, they're extremely aggressive. I do know that. A buy shirt. I might get a buy shirt. It's a good option. I forgot. I think that's really weird. And it'll happen every now and then. But lights are off on the pace truck here. You are watching. Who do you think will win this race? They pretty much a 7-lap shootout here at North Wilkesboro. This would actually be a good option for a dirt track when I think about it. Quit doing it at Bristol. It doesn't work. It's an oval. It's supposed to be an oval for a reason. Green flag goes back in the air. Bailey doesn't get a terrible start. Doesn't get a good one, though. Steps and he pulls out from these guys. Doesn't want to see a wreck. Oh, we got the 68. They made contact. The 14. The 83 looks like he got a little bit slow. Surprised Barry didn't go around, but they keep it straight here. They're going 3 wide now around Cogdale. Cogdale's got a lot of action. He's like, I do not like this one bit, and I would not blame him. Oh, the 14 got in there way too deep. Net codes. This is a huge wreck. 52 gets involved. 14, like he broke his steering there. That is a huge crash. I don't think he has any steering left at that point because he's came down back into the path of somebody else. Gets in there way too deep. Brake bias way aggressive. How does it? 68. That is a net code from the 68. Just want to make sure because there is. Oh yeah, that is a net code 68. 40, 14, 52, 00 get into it. Mason Ford kind of disappears. Looks like I think he doesn't have any steering at this point. He goes back into the wall, down to the path. Oh my gosh, Winker saw a light flash before his eyes. I'm not sure what has happened to Somerville at that point. He might have let go of his steering wheel because he keeps on hitting the wall. Took out Calvin Dawes. 2 has not had the night that he's wanted here for sure. I believe this will make this a green-white checkered attempt. 15 cautions tonight. So, I mean, it's just going to happen. Is that what this looks like on Facebook? There is no way that... Oh, what is going on over here? Why is that going so rampant? I'm not sure what this is. Let me make sure. I want this to be clear for you all, but I've noticed Facebook is not wanting to work with me tonight. Okay, everything looks like it's perfectly fine. That's odd. I do need to update OBS, but the reason I'm not doing that, I don't want to mess up anything. I want to make sure all my plugins will be updated. Output. I'll actually do that tomorrow. I know it's here somewhere. Where is it at? There it is. Nope. Is this it? Might be it. No, it's not. Ah, that's not updated for a while. Wait. Yeah, that is who added it. I gotta figure this out. I need to update this to where I know OBS will actually allow more color if I do that. I need to figure that out. I think it might work here. Actually, let me ask. Send me something. I can't type trying to look away. But they will be going green here. Billy has a shot at taking a win here tonight. He's sitting second. Stepson, he's been timing his jumps, though, and he's not been able to really face him at all. He's got to get the jump of his lifetime. He's going to have that Jeff Gordon restart back in 2014 at Indy. Billy, oh my gosh, he might have just had one right there. Gets right to the door of Stepson. He's going to try to take the lead here. Billy Stallings gets tight on exit. He's going to be door to door with Tristan Stepson here. Have to get in here really deep, really get hard on his brakes. Billy Stallings trying to take that spot. He's almost clear of Tristan Stepson here. Can Billy Stallings secure a spot in the playoffs? Stepson's going to fight hard. Billy will now take it, slides up, gets loose. Stepson has to bail out of the throttle, gets into 72 gets into Cogdale. Stepson back to the outside. This is the final lap. Out of 3 and 4, can Billy Stallings take it home tonight? Winkers into the wall. But Billy Stallings, out of 3 and 4, he is going to take home the win here tonight at North Wilkesboro, as there is a huge crash coming to the finish line. Cogdale, we saw Winker hard into the wall, but Billy Stallings gets a win at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Oh, looks like the reason Nathan Somerville had that happen, wheel disconnected and his throttle stuck, so that is what happened on his stuff. I was wondering what happened. I thought he let go of it, but Billy Stallings, he's going to burn it down here. Had an up and down night, but he was able to capitalize that restart. I said before it went green, he needs a Jeff Gordon type restart back in 2014 at Indy when he won his, I believe it's 4th Indianapolis 500. And he had that restart. He timed that absolutely perfectly, and he was able to pass Stepson. Stepson kind of watched that slip from his hands. He's going to have to take his time burning it down here. While he's doing that, I'm going to go back and look at all this carnage that happened back here, because there was a lot of stuff that went on. Bowen almost takes out the 50, or the 83. Luckily, he didn't get any contact with him. Comes back up, then down into Winker. Winker goes down through the grass, back up on the track, clips the 52 down into the 22. Everybody, Winker is on his roof at that point, so we got drivers everywhere. This is absolute carnage. I'll go from this view. So you can see maybe a little bit better. We'll actually go from turns 3 and 4. I think I can get a pretty good view of it from there. Actually, it won't even let me do that now. Actually, no, it will. Should. Yeah, so, gosh, this is a lot of stuff going on for sure. So, Winker, on his roof, it goes into this wall. Gets 52. Cogdale saw his life flash before his eyes. Gets hit from the 21. Then up in front, he got guys wrecking. This is a lot of stuff to sort through. This is just a lot of wrecks. Cogdale coming to the line. 12 gets clipped, and they all kind of make it back. Cogdale, he's trying to make it back to the line. That's a weird bounce off the wall. Cogdale just spins it around, gets going. Sabanowski trying to beat him in reverse. Was not able to get there. That was a hectic finish for sure. But I know Billy Stallings, he's going to be very, very happy with that win. That is his first win of the season. I'm not sure if it's a win and you're in. I need to check that. Very well could be, though. So let me bring in the third place driver in Jordan Stencil. Hey, Jordan, this is Bryson Booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you, Bryce.
Man, so you had an up and down night. How did the race go for you from the drop of the green flag to the checkered, man?
Throughout, it seemed like anytime there was an accident, I didn't really have anywhere to go, or was just getting tapped enough from behind just to spin me around. But kind of just kept doing the baby quick, fast repairs, trying to get it fixed slowly, and then just kind of hit my marks after that. So.
Yeah, man, it was a lot of stuff, a lot of cautions. You were kind of the innocent bystander to most of them. I was like, man, this guy's not having a good night. But you come home third. I know you probably just sort through all of that happened back there. I thought there was going to be about 20 wrecks in about the last lap, but you're able to get by them. But you definitely deserve that finish. You had to work hard for it. You had your difficulties in the race from other people. But, man, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, anybody you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Thanks for watching this. Shout out to them, and just thank you for doing a great job doing the broadcast every week, as you usually do. I know I haven't been here as much as I would have liked for this season, but hopefully I'll be here for the full season next year.
All right, man, well, I'll let you go, but good third place finish. You definitely deserved it, having to go through all that stuff tonight, man, but good job.
Thanks, buddy. Have a good night.
That was Jordan Stencil as I tried to open the bottle cap with my mouth. My teeth did not like that. So, anyway, we will bring in the race winner in Tristan, or not race winner, the second place driver in Tristan Stepson. Hey, Tristan, this is Bryson Booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, man, I got you. Another fun weekend.
Man,
fun Monday, actually.
Man, so that race just slipped from your fingers on that last restart. Explain to me, on that last restart, what was going through your head, knowing that what could have been the last restart? What was going through your head, especially that last lap, when you were right behind Billy Stallings?
I knew it was going to come down to it. I think he had a little bit better tires, but at the end of the day, he needed a win to get in the playoffs. We all like Billy. He's a big support of our league. He does a lot for us, so definitely getting him in the playoffs was awesome. He got loose getting into one right there, and it was all I could do to keep from running him over. But I was really happy to see Billy win. If I was going to lose that race, I was glad it was him.
Yeah, I saw I saw one common theme was drivers either getting too loose coming out of the corner or really getting aggressive on the brakes. He got way too aggressive on it. I thought you were going to plow into him, but you definitely played it nice, so that was definitely a racing move that you decided not to take your option in. And hit him in the rear end. You actually checked up, so I know he's going to be very, very happy with you on that, showing him respect, man. But that was a crazy last lap. There was wrecks happening behind you all the time, and I was like, I don't even know what's going on. But before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Just you guys, like always. You do a good job with the stream, and then TMR Racing. We're going to be looking to come back pretty strong next year, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm looking to make a deep run in this playoffs. I think next week I definitely won't be lifting for anybody getting loose in the corner in front of me. So we'll see what happens.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. Good second place finish tonight, man.
All right, thanks.
As that was Tristan Stepson, the second place driver. We will bring in the race winner. I guarantee you, he's going to be so ecstatic when he gets in here. He's going to be like, "Oh my God, I won the race!" So I'll bring him in here right now. Hey, Billy, this is Bryson Booth. Got a copy, man? So I'll give him just a little bit. He might have walked away. Of course, I want to interview the race winner.
Oh, yeah, I'm here, Bryce.
Man, so on that last restart, before that happened, I said you're going to need to have a Jeff Gordon-type restart that he had back in 2014. and you got the restart of probably your lifetime, man. But describe to me what was going through your head on those last 3 laps, knowing that you had a chance at winning the race, man.
Man, I will tell you, I really don't know what was going through my head. I was trying to remain calm and race smart. You know, I haven't had a good season this year. Had a couple good runs. Never thought I'd be sitting in victory lane at North Wilkesboro. But it just all came together. Tried to race the track, let the track come to me, and I got a good restart when it counted. Thought I was going to lose it there for a second, but held on to it. Appreciate the 18 racing me clean, and man, I made it. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I mean, you avoided the carnage that happened tonight, and I knew that. I just had a feeling on that last restart. I was like, he's got to get a Jeff Gordon restart when he won, I believe, his 4th Indy 500. And when you got it, because I knew you were kind of used to seeing him because you had a couple restarts where you got to see what he did. And when I saw you time it, I was like, there is no way what I just said just came true, and evidently it did. And I mean, you were able to do it. And I was like, oh my gosh, he just took home win. I know that everybody in the Discord is absolutely proud of you, and I saw. When you got in there deep on the 18, I thought the 18 was going to absolutely plow you in the rear end, but he decided to race you very clean, so that was definitely a good move from him. But before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, we have a Recovery Alive on our truck tonight, and that is basically a kind of process group type thing that helps people deal with just different things, anxiety, drugs, alcohol, whatever the problem may be. And it's through a local church here that I attend. Appreciate them riding with me, and appreciate the 18 racing me clean there. I spoke with him while I was waiting for to come in the broadcast booth, and told him, you know, I definitely appreciated him racing me clean. And I didn't want to dump him for the win, but couldn't say I wouldn't have. But I think you understood that. But it just all come together when it was supposed to, when it counted, and we're in the chase, baby.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go, but good win tonight, man. Hopefully you can get a deep playoff run going. Good job.
All right, thank you.
As that was Billy Stallings, a race winner. I will go over the finishing order here, as I do not know what is going on. I think I've got a pinched Ethernet cable because I have a pretty long one to begin with. So I think it is pinched. Yep, it is. I think it is. I'm looking over at it. So I think it's causing some little stuff. I might need to update my I'm trying to think of crap. I'm trying to talk words and words aren't coming out. Probably need to update my Ethernet ports also. Maybe I might switch over them. But I will. So these are the results here. So first, Billy Stallings. Hey man, he had the restart of a lifetime. I know that's a Jeff Gordon restart right there. But Billy Stallings comes home with the wins. Tristan Stepson second. Jordan Stencil third. Chris Zofield fourth. Joshua Moore fifth. Sixth, David Hall. Seventh, Nate Cogdale. Eighth, Mike Salnowski. Ninth, Jacob Bowen. 10th, Kevin Winker. 11th, Skylar Berry. 12th, Adam Waddle. 13th, Dylan Smith. 14th, Nathan Somerville. 15th, Mason Elford. And 16th was Calvin Dowes, as I hit my hand earlier so I can feel pain of it now. That was definitely a crazy finish. A lot of wrecks, but it really wasn't a wreck fest, I'd say. It's kind of clean racing most of the time. But towards the end, that was a catastrophe. But definitely not a bad race at all. That was definitely a good win for Billy Stallings. But they will be starting their playoffs, and their first playoff race will be at Kansas next week. So tune in for that. But I will I stream tomorrow for the Sim Racer Hub Challenge, so if y'all are free, tune into that. But I will roll this ad, and I will let you all go.